Hey there, tech fans. Rick here again with another review. And today, I have the Orei BK-202A 8K 2-input, 2-output HDMI matrix switcher. This product was designed to make it incredibly easy for you to select from up to 2 different HDMI media sources and send the output from those devices to 2 different monitors. And because it's a matrix, you have complete control over which of those inputs is sent to which of those outputs. You can send the same input to both monitors or different inputs to different monitors using the buttons on the front of the unit or the included remote control. The product also employs the very latest in technology. It fully supports 8K ultra high definition media content and is both HDMI 2.1 and HDCP 2.3 compliant, which means you can use it with most modern media devices. Finally, it has extensive EDID management capabilities, so you can match the input resolution and frame rate to your output monitor's needs as well. Now, before I get too deep into the review of the product, I always like to start with an unboxing, just to show you everything that's included with the kit, and that way you'll understand exactly what you get if you buy the product. And then I'll take a closer look at the kit, and I'll explain the connections and indicators so you understand how to use it once you get it home. And then finally I'll come back and point out a few things that I really like about this particular product that you can use to compare it to others you may be considering. So let's get started with the unboxing. When you first pop open the box, you'll find the matrix switcher. You'll also find a single DC. It's a 5-volt 2-amp power supply. You'll plug this end into any standard wall outlet. The other end of the cable has a barrel connection on it which plugs into the back of the unit, and that's all the power you'll need to operate the product. Also included is a remote control. Now that's really nice because it allows you to make your selections from quite a distance away from the matrix switcher. Also included is a warranty card for the product and a full instruction manual that explains everything you could possibly want to know about this product, how to use it, the specifications, connection diagrams, everything that's really important. So always read through the manual because you get the full value out of the product that way. Now if you stay tuned next, I'll take a closer look at the kit, and then I'll come back and explain a few things that really separate this from a lot of other matrix switchers on the market. Inside the kit, you'll find the 8K HDMI 2-input, 2-output matrix, as well as a single DC 5-volt 2-amp power supply. You can plug this into any standard wall outlet. The other end has a barrel connection on it which plugs into the back of the unit and provides all the power you'll need for operation. You'll also find a remote control in the kit, and this makes it really easy to select between the 2 different inputs for output number 1 and the 2 different media devices connected up for output number 2 just by pushing these buttons. And that allows you to make those selections from a distance away, maybe sitting on your couch or in a comfortable chair. You'll also find a full instruction manual included that lists everything you need to know about the product, including specifications and connection diagrams and other really important information about the product, so always read through this. The unit itself features a full metal enclosure, which makes it incredibly durable. You'll also find ventilation slots on either end that are designed to let any heat that develops during operation escape. On the front of the unit, on the left, you'll find a little infrared window. Behind that is the infrared receiver that actually picks up the signals from the remote control. So you'll want to keep that clear and you want to point this at that window when you're making your selections. To the right of that is a power indicator. When you add power to the unit, it starts an internal power on self-test to check the electronics. Once that test is passed, that LED will light up, letting you know the unit's ready to use. To the right of that are 2 output banks, and there are LEDs for each of them. So output number 1 has input number 1 and input number 2, and the same for output number 2. Under normal operation, this LED will be on, letting you know the unit's ready to use, and one of these 2 will be lit up, indicating which of the inputs is currently being sent to output number 1, and the same for output number 2. Now, if you'd like to switch between those, you can use these 2 buttons right here. Every time you tap this one for output number 1, it'll bounce back and forth between those 2 inputs. So you can tap that to move between them. Same thing for output number 2. You can also use the remote control to make that selection. To the right of that is a bank of EDID switches, and these are used to adjust both the frame rate and the resolution for the input and output devices. They're explained in the manual. To the right of that is a service port, and that's used for pushing new firmware to the unit later on if it's ever needed. Sometimes the firmware is updated to enhance features or fix issues with the product. And to move that firmware file to the product to do that upgrade, you'll simply connect this up to your computer with a micro USB cable here to your computer, push the firmware file over to the unit to complete the upgrade. On the rear of the units where you'll make all your connections, starting on the left, you'll find 2 full-sized HDMI ports. These are both input ports. They'll connect to whatever media devices you'd like to display in the 2 output displays. To the right of those are 2 more HDMI ports, and these connect up to your display devices, output 1 and output number 2. To the right of that is an audio out block. This product can actually do audio extraction, which will strip the audio component from the HDMI media stream being sent across these displays and allow you to pass that along to a soundbar or a home stereo system for better quality audio. And you have two choices here. You have an optical connection and an analog left and right 3.5mm connection, and you can use a short cable to connect these up to your amplifier. To the right of that is the power port, and that's used with the included power supply. The barrel connector plugs right in there. That's pretty much it for the Matrix. I hope that closer look was helpful. Now here are a few really important things to keep in mind when you're comparing the Orei BK-202A to other Matrix switchers you may be considering. The first thing, and probably most important thing, is the fact that this product fully supports 8K ultra-high definition media content. A lot of other Matrix switchers on the market may only support 4K content or even 1080p content, and even if they support 4K content, it may be limited to 30 frames a second. This product fully supports 8K content at 60 frames a second and can even support 4K content up to 120 frames a second. So you may not be using 8K media equipment today or 8K monitors today, but it's important to know that if you decide to upgrade your media gear later or your displays later, you've got a product that can handle those higher resolutions. Another important feature is the inclusion of the remote control. A lot of the Matrix switchers on the market come with just the switcher and a power supply, and that works okay if you've got it set up on your desk and you're close enough to hit a button to switch between computers or different displays on your desk. But if you want to use it in your media center, where you're sitting on your couch and you're 10 or 15 feet away from it, having a remote control like this allows you to sit back, relax on your couch, and make the selections you want in your media room to switch between different inputs to different displays. Another really important feature is the advanced EDID management this product provides, because that allows you to adjust the frame rate and resolution for different media styles, and being able to adjust that means you can accommodate a wider range of media gear and a wider range of media styles as well. And the last thing I'll mention is the compliance. This unit is fully compliant with HDMI 2.1 and HDCP 2.3. And the reason that's important is because there's advanced features built into HDMI that this can take advantage of. And more importantly, a lot of the newer content is copy protected. And if you're not up to the latest HDCP standard, you can't play that content through the Matrix. So always check for those four things whenever you're considering a Matrix switcher. And that's pretty much all I had today. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you found value in this clip. And until next time, stay nerdy.